No, that's awesome. Is that that's so fucked up?
You're listening to Walking the Room. I'm Dave Anthony.
I'm Greg. No. Let's not do this like a fucking news program.
Dave Anthony, and this is Greg Barrett.
Our guest this afternoon is a gentleman you may know. What the fuck? What if we just totally changed the format of the show and just became like a serious news program?
I think
I'm Greg Barrett. This is Dave Anthony. Welcome to the program.
people would welcome that
No, they
based
wouldn't.
on everything that
People-
they've fucking heard.
people hate this program.
People need this thing to become something that's not horrible. I mean, they're...
Do you know what our show's like now? It's when we're not the rush of heroin. We're like when you have to have it and you don't get high. That's what this is. For the people that continue to listen to this,
maintaining.
they're trying to find some. At this point, they're trying to find whatever that buzz was they got at the beginning that they thought they wanted to do this, and it makes them hot and bothered. They don't get anything from it, and then they find themselves listening to yet another one.
On Saturday night they're shaky and they're just like, oh fuck, I gotta do another one.
You know, you have to quit this if you listen.
Walking the Room. It's the ultimate in maintaining.
Is it turning into a news show?
It's going to be a news program.
Because I'll be the weather girl. I'll be the weather girl who's really hot but doesn't know what she's talking about.
Do you have big breasts?
I can. I can make it
You're
happen.
pretty fit. You're a pretty fit dude. I got a good set. I'm working on a set. I fucked up. I did a lot of bench press in high school, and now I just have tits. I did a lot of bench. I did too much bench press.
I went through a period where I lifted weights too much, and now I have tits.
Yeah, you got tits. And you can't, there's nothing you can do.
My uncle told me when it was going down, he's like, don't do that because you're going to have tits. And I was like, fuck off. I'm always going to lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never going to
Not always
change.
going to lift. No,
It's never going to change.
No.
I just do cardio. I work on, you know what, I want to maintain this tight ass that I have. And I know it's a good ass because all my gay friends always talk about how they lament that it's attached to me. Because they...
Well, that's just because they have to listen to you. That's nothing to do with you're a handsome man, but it's just what comes out of your mouth. They're like, I can't.
I know. That's how I keep them away. I just keep talking.
This is the hottest intro we've ever had.
Well, I like that a guy's talked on our program for a while. We've not even told him. We've not said his name. Well, let's not.
I like that a guy's already talked about his ass. I'm eating hamburgers.
That's what brought it up.
I'm with a Cardi, dude. I'm doing what the show promises. I came with, I'm beautiful. I'm a griffin. I fucking
No.
You know how I do it? You love it. Why do you hate it so much? When you know
it's just fucking annoying.
No, it isn't. You have love for me.
But I also, I'm not going to clean your toenails. It's the same feeling that it invokes. You know what? Cleaning Greg's toenails. That's walking the room. Right?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Because I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Because I got 2.5 hours sleep.
Yeah.
You know when... Are we on now?
Yeah.
You know who I notice moves around a lot when Will moves around a ton when he talks. Anderson moves in like.
Wait, we still haven't introduced you.
Oh yeah.
This is just.
We're like it's stupid how bad this continues to be. We're fucking we are right on the precipice of 100.
100
episodes.
Just episodes, but you can do 100 of anything. It doesn't mean that matters. Like
you don't think so?
No, if
you don't think you get better.
I mean, I guess we're getting a lot of listeners. You know, we're in like the top 20 of Australian podcasts, which is fascinating.
Yeah.
But so I guess
but there's 17 Australian podcasts. There's only 17 of them.
And I still haven't cracked the top 20, and that's killing me.
You haven't?
No, I don't.
We're ahead of you.
I think so.
What's the name of your podcast again?
Can you take this photo, please?
With
Justin Hamilton. Whoa! Wait a minute. That's my name.
Oh, we got you to introduce yourself. But that means I get $10,000 in party cash.
All right.
$10,000.
Right.
What's your nickname here? Because everyone seems to have a nickname. Hammy, is it?
Yeah.
Last night I saw Fleety and what'd you call him? Moon.
Lawrence Mooney, the Moon Man.
The Moon Man.
Oh, did you see the Moon Man?
I saw the Moon Man.
Yeah, you were fucking drinking last night, that's for sure. You were fucking drunk last night and angry. Oh, you were Irish last night, dude. You had your Irish on.
You
had your fucking Irish on.
You were supposed to be angry last night.
You had your Irish on, that's all I'm saying.
You were supposed to be angry last night.
You know me, dude. I get angry about weird shit.
What do you get angry about?
Whoa.
That's it right there. Well, we found it quickly.
This motherfucker's coming in. What do you get angry about?
I'm a fucking straw dogs guy. I get mad at shit that isn't actually happening. I get mad at perceived yes, exactly, perceived slights. I've decided that stand-up's gone one way and it's not going the way, or the industry feels a certain way. But like, I get mad at shit that isn't actually real. When something really bad actually happens, I can kind of go, at least I know what's going. I get mad at ghosts.
Yeah, you're the Kobe Bryant of this whole industry.
Well,
you know how Kobe makes up slights so he has motivation?
Yes, and then what I'll do is that I'll pop down and rape a concierge.
Yeah. We've all been there.
Right? That's how I...
Yeah, but so you're saying I was angry. Yeah, I was angry last night. This thing has been a slightly perceived slight to me, and then there was just this fucking egg on top.
Yeah.
All right.
I get angry. I get angry at inanimate objects. I actually punched the shit out of my printer yesterday and was covered in blood and toner.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, it felt good.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Back it up. So what were you trying to print?
I was just trying to print out reviews to cut into halves to staple to flyers to give to my flyer girl to hand out before my show, and it wasn't working, and I knew it should have been working, and then I blacked out, and when I came to, the printer was a mess, and...
You were literally punching it?
Yeah, inanimate objects. I'm really good. Like, I can do with slights, I can do with all sorts of things, but when something that should work doesn't work, I flip.
So the scene in Office Space where they're trashing that's like your old...
That was almost porn to me.
That's one of my favorite scenes in any movie ever. Ever. That movie is perfect, pitch perfect.
Yes.
It's such a good movie. Yeah, I do too. I'm a punch guy. Things when I can't. That's another thing with those. So you and I don't get mad at real shit. Like
No.
you like I said, something went down this week that I should have been violently upset about, but I'm like, well, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But if I can't get a key to work,
Yes, it's all
and I
over.
literally go, fuck you, key, and throw the key. I mean, my wife's literally seemed like, she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Although I will say, one time, my wife couldn't find the pair of jeans she wanted in her closet, and she literally took every pair of jeans in her closet and threw them all on the floor. Just fucking started pulling them out and throwing them all on the floor. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not the only one in this marriage that can go a little bit insane. But
That's like a Kardashian freak out.
Yes. Yeah. Like I'll go full Kardashian on that one.
Yeah.
I can't find my jeans.
I had, your dongle for your computer. You stick it in. And hello, here we go.
Here we go.
This is not a euphemism.
Super sexual. I know all about my dongle. Where are we going with this?
Well, you know the one you stick into your computer? Yeah. And then you can hook up to the net. Mine wasn't working about 8 months ago, and I knew it should have been working. And then I had a moment where I just very calmly took it out, walked outside, walked onto my balcony and kicked it in like probably the best thing I've done physically in 20 years. And it was this beautiful kick, and it sailed across the main road that I live on, and it flew over to the other side, and it hit a 2-story building and hit it. And the angle that it shot off on, which was this perfect right angle, was so satisfying. It was like, Wow. Of course, I had no internet.
Did it work then?
No. Oh, I'd lost it. It was gone.
I love the idea. Like here's essentially what you're doing. You're punishing an inanimate object.
Yeah.
And so you calmly walk outside and kick it. Right. Well, but you're alone. But now things are just worse.
Yeah.
Like what happened is you just made yourself even more upset. But I definitely do that. But I don't get mad at. I roll. I think it's also part of like as soon as I had kids.
Yeah.
I became very unattached to anything I own. I have one thing that I own, which is my Gretsch White Falcon guitar, that would upset me if something happened to it. Even my other guitars, I don't care. Like with kids,
Dave's writing that on the back of his hand.
No, but
I'm just going to carve my name in it.
But when you have kids, and like Amir and I have definitely have nice carpets and nice art and stuff like that, you just start going, you know what? And there it goes. There goes the Coke on the thing. Oh, there's the dog. Oh, the dog just shit on the like. So I've become way more zen about that stuff because it has to happen in those things. And when obviously your kids become more important. But there was a time where like
hopefully some people they don't. Hopefully they become more important.
Well, your dad's gonna like you someday.
No, he's not. Why would you say that?
I don't know.
Incredibly dishonest.
I was really dishonest. Are you close enough? Are you getting enough? Are you
Yeah,
gonna
no,
go?
I'm fine. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm coming.
I don't even. I've never met my father, and
What?
never met him. Never met him, right? Because when my mum and father hooked up as boyfriend girlfriend, and then she went overseas, and then she discovered she was pregnant with me, came home, and she didn't. He was just meant to be a boyfriend. That's all he was meant to be, right? And then I remember about the age of 5, I asked her about him, and she showed me this letter that he'd written, and she pointed out all the spelling errors, and she said, "You don't want him around all the time, do you?" And I said, "No, I don't."
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
My mum's super cool.
That's
You know?
sort of a genius way to explain it to a
Yeah.
kid. I mean, it would have been nice, I'm sure, if he was around, but that's a great way to go.
No, I didn't need him. Like, my mum's just so cool.
Well,
like,
you needed him because now you're a comedian.
oh, yeah, and that's why I love George Clooney, because I'm looking for male images that I can live up to somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why I love John Hamm
Well,
too
that's
much.
why Dave hangs out with me. I'm a solid male image for him.
But
But
fine, it's stuff we can edit out. How old was your
that's
mom?
interesting.
How
So,
old
like,
was your mom?
I wonder what are the words that he misspelled? Like, I love the idea of like that he used the wrong there.
Yeah, that
Look at
kind of classic stuff.
Look at this. This is a past participle. Like, he just is not a bright
Did
guy.
you?
Yeah.
You were 5. Did you go? Why did you fucking idiot?
No, I didn't even think of that. No, I wasn't that far
So you weren't
advanced.
quick yet.
Not, I wasn't quick. You know what? I'm
He also
39.
He wasn't that mad.
No. Well, my mum kind of was good at giving me, you know, she could play sport. Like, she was 19 when she had me, so she'd go out and, you know, play basketball with me, or
Yeah.
then she could give me,
Yeah.
you know, like intellectual pursuits and everything. And then
And culturally, she wasn't too far away from you then, probably, in
Not
terms
at all.
of like music and television and all that kind of
my mum, as soon as I turned 18, started going to concerts again, right? And a few years ago, when she was like 53, was at Madison Square Garden with a friend that she'd made in Cardiff at a Pearl Jam concert. They were having their 10-year anniversary, second row, watching Ace Frehley come out and play with Pearl Jam.
the
And I was
fuck?
doing a gig in a town that has 300 people in Western Australia, and it's a terrible moment when you go, fuck, man, my mum is so
mum?
much cooler than me. You know? But I-
She is.
but I've
That's
been-
rad. That's really rad.
I've been having members of the father side of family come out of the woodworks and want to meet me.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because you think you're a
They're
stand-up?
mistaking me for someone who's popular. Like, just because you know Will Anderson, it doesn't mean you're as good as him. You know?
And are you? How do you feel about that? Are you down with the?
Look, you know, I just kind of feel like just because we have some genetic imprint going on, like I've got lots of friends that I don't get to catch up with. You know, like, I don't dislike them, but there's kind of no space.
you don't have anything
Do you know what I
there.
mean? And they're coming up going, "Oh, we've always thought about you," and I'm like, "I've never thought about you."
Yeah.
You should have thought about me when I was younger. That probably would have better time
I'm even
to
that,
think about
with,
me.
Yeah.
with the exception of my wife's immediate family, who I absolutely adore. I love my in-laws, and I've said that a million times. But like, I'll be in states where like one of her cousin will call and want to get together for lunch. I'm like, no, man, I just want to lay. First off, I'm going to jerk off today, then I want to fucking eat a pizza. Then I'm going to lay.
Too much.
No, but I'm saying like when like during a show or when you're in a thing like you know like you have,
Yeah.
you have this very limited time, especially on the
Yeah.
road, where you have this like I have just this day to do fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And then to go and have a meet and greet with somebody that's 3 cousins out,
Yeah.
friend, and only because I am perceived to be famous, but not actually because here we are in Kentucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the sports bar and Laugh Factory, you know, there's nothing, you know, you're like, oh, that just sounds like a depressing afternoon.
Yeah.
And no, that's probably not even true. Maybe I'd go meet someone and they'd end up being my best friend, but my idea is like, no, I want that time for myself. I don't have that need to, just because we're slightly related.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're cutting into my angry wanking time, and that's the only
Yeah.
thing that keeps me going sometimes.
Every waking time.
Yeah.
Every day from 1 to 5.
Every day. 4 hours of angry wanking.
You're crippled at the end, but you're so calm.
shit.
People just outside my hotel room just hear like, God, motherfucker! Oh, God, fuck you!
Thinking of weird things like a handful of gravel and a ham and cheese sandwich you ate in 1987.
Oh, God damn it. Government. Sometimes
Goddamn big government!
I want private health insurance as well. Oh, there we go.
splurt.
So have you seen pictures of your father?
You know, I'd never seen a photo of him, and a friend of my mum smuggled one to us. And from all reports, he's, you know, not.
No,
the
do
most
they have to be
exciting cat.
smuggled or can they just be handed?
Well, maybe they could have been Hannibal. And it was like one of the most, you're thinking it's going to be like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. You're going to look and your head's going to melt because you have such a thing going on. And I looked and it was just like, oh, that's just an old guy in a hat. I said, oh, thanks for that, and gave it back. And I was like, oh, well, let's fix that.
An old guy in a hat.
I'll go back to loving John Hamm.
Never tried to contact you? Like, you guys are very...
No, we spoke on the phone once when I was 30. Because I was curious as to what he looked like. That was the most important thing.
Yeah.
And I got his number and gave him a buzz and said, hey, it's your son. Would you like to meet up? And he said, no. And I said, it's okay. I don't want anything. I just, we can have a beer. I'll buy you the beer. I thought it might be interesting to meet up. And he said, no. And I said, oh, okay then. Well, thanks for the sperm. And keep on trucking.
What a rip.
Yeah.
And it was like, weird. Everyone was like, are you freaked out about that? I was like, no, I just want to see what he looks like. And then I got the photo, I looked and went, oh, well, thank fuck I didn't have to go through the beer.
Yeah.
That could have
been weird.
Yeah, I would have had to keep talking to him while looking at him going, he looks nothing like what I wanted him to look like.
But so when he said no, did he say no like a no thank you or like no? Like literally,
yes.
literally, like if you were asking him like, I've got free concerts to see the Hoodoo Gurus. Nah. I don't think so. Saw him a couple years ago. Not that interested.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, let me just tell you this about John.
He'd been preparing for this call.
Yeah.
He was ready for
Let me
it.
tell you something.
He'd been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Meet John Hamm if you can, because we've met him. I've met him, and he fucking
He'll also
loves...
tell you no if you want to meet up with him. For
Oh no!
Perfect.
Oh no!
him, not me or you. Him.
He'll say no to
he
me.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ham.
I'll still get a bit teary with excitement though.
Ham's the one you want to meet. Ham will talk to you.
Yeah, right.
He's around the comedy scene a little bit in LA because he knows some of those folks. And in the old days, before he was John Hamm superstar, he was just John Hamm guy who'd done a lot of pilots who would go out and see comedy all the time with his friends. So he knew. So as he got famous and he started hanging out a little bit, we'd see him around the comedy thing. He'd seen all of us.
Yeah.
So he'd literally come up to everybody and go, I saw you at Largo one night. And one night, I was backstage at the theater, and he came up and said hi to me, and I was very excited to have him say hi, and I'm a massive Mad Men fan. I love that era.
Yeah.
I just like that era, period. I grew up, my parents were of that era, so I grew up in that whole thing. So my dad and I watched the first episode together, and afterwards he was like, that was a little too real for me.
Yeah.
Like the drinking at work and all that shit. So Ham comes up when we're talking, and he's got his back to a mirror. So I can see me talking to him, and you know how like you think you look okay when you leave the house, and you're like, I'm a pretty good looking guy, and I'm just like ugly, and I'm trying to be more handsome as I'm talking to him, which isn't working. I'm like trying to make my jaw stick out, like it was just very distracting.
You're melting before the power of Ham.
I'm like, and I'm old, and I'm sad, and he's being nice, and just he's actually connected and talking to me, and I'm distracted watching me talk to him and not be handsome.
And I've seen things where he thinks that he's not funny because he's so into comedians, and he respects and it's such a bizarre thing to hear people like go, I respect stand-up. Yeah. And then, but he's just so naturally funny.
Yeah, he just really likes it. And I think that he's and of course when you are a stand-up you realize what a ruse this whole fucking is and how lucky we are to not have to, fucking wield a hammer. But he,
definitely.
But he definitely has that, you just meet those people that like, he could have done this.
Yeah.
I mean, he could, there's just those guys that have that quick wit.
So are we saying that he should be his dad?
Oh man,
I think he would immediately become a contemporary of yours. I think he would immediately not be your dad. There's nothing.
He'd be your pal.
There's nothing authoritative. John Hamm doesn't want to be anyone's dad.
Well, so what is it? What are we looking for? A male sponsor?
Well, I think we got to find somebody. You know what I mean? I think we got to find somebody.
I met George Clooney last year, and he was pretty awesome.
He could do it. I mean, because he does a lot of adult type. He's an adult, right?
Yeah,
he's an adult. Well, yeah.
When I met Clooney, I looked at, we're getting our photo taken, I looked him in the eyes and I said, hi George, I'm Justin Hamilton. And he said, hi Justin, nice to meet you. And while we're getting the photo taken, I said, I got to tell you, I've been a fan of yours since Roseanne. And without missing a beat, he said, oh, don't bring up Roseanne. I had a hell of a mullet back then. And I looked back at him and said, yeah, but that mullet inspired me to follow you. And I've got to say, you've never let me down. Without missing a beat, he looked me right in the eyes and said, what about Batman? And I said, Batman put you in a position where you could meet Steven Soderbergh, and then you made The Brilliant Out of Sight. And he laughed, and he looked at me and went, we should hang out more often. And I looked at him and went, yes. I'm a big fan. He said, nice to meet you, Justin. I went, yes. Because you know what? Anytime I've said I've loved George, people like to throw Batman in my face, and I've always had that as a line.
I mean,
but then
let me tell you something. This is what you should have said. Say what Clooney said.
Which bit? We should hang out more often? Yeah. Oh, we should hang out more often.
I don't really have the time.
Yeah, see, you're better at this
then
than
he's
me.
like, no, seriously. Then it turns into something else.
Well, look,
right, because he's used to getting what he wants.
Yeah.
And when Justin Hamilton says, I don't think so, bro, he's like, what did I do wrong? We were on a really good tear.
Yeah.
You even made Batman okay for me. I mean, I was going to call Chris O'Donnell and see if we could all just sort of sit around and talk through that thing.
The
Because,
good days.
oh, my God.
Was this in Australia?
This was in Sydney.
Why
Yeah.
Why were you meeting him?
He came out and did this big fundraiser for all the, you know how he funds that satellite over Duffel, and came out and did like a big 70-minute talk, and did a smaller meet and greet that if you paid for it, you could all that money went into it. It was fascinating.
Do you think your dad's doing anything like that?
Oh, without a doubt. Like he's just helping out, you know, the Aboriginal plight and just building wells in people's homes. He's not doing any of that.
Oh, I thought we were going to have a happy end of the segment.
No.
What if you found out that the only word your dad knows, given his spelling history, is no, and he doesn't know how to say anything else? So, like when people call him, he wants to mean yes. The only words that know word no. That's how dumb he is. And so, like people call up and go, "Would you like to help with Darfur?" No. He can't fucking say anything.
And the irony is no K-N-O-W.
That's the great torment of his life.
Yes, he knows.
We'll be
he knows.
We'll be right back with another segment.
Will we?
Yep.
I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Back.
Oh, well, nice. To
Walk in the room.
that was one of your worst.
Was it? Yeah. I'm a little fucking beat, dude. This is fucking It's been a long fucking.
I'm done.
I'm not. I loved it here. I fucking love it here.
No, I mean,
I love this
I'm
goddamn
tired.
festival.
I'm ready to just fucking.
I like everybody I fucking met. This is every time I thought the first time I came here, I thought it can't be this cool. The comedians can't be this cool. This can't be this fun. And this time it'll be the opposite. Wrong. It was better this time.
I did the Fringe Festival.
I really do.
I did all the outside rooms, and the comics were fun and great. I had to get
Yeah, there's lots of good little rooms, aren't there, that you can go in and have
that
some
show
real
that
fun.
you and Will hosted the other night.
The show
upstairs thing that you were great. Will was great. Everybody on the show was great.
His show.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
It's his baby.
Yeah,
It was just
we tried to
great.
book a show like because what happened in Melbourne was there's lots of good rooms, but they're cheap to get in, you know, so they're like $5 or $10, and they do what they have to do. But we wanted to bring a bit of money value back to a room. So what we do is we only do seasons. Like we'll do a 4-week season or a 3-week season.
Oh, that's smart.
And we just try to put as many kind of different acts on. So you get stand-up, you get a chat, you get character comedy, you get a sketch, you know, and try to put high profile with low profile. And that night was so much fun because some of the low-profile guys, like that fan fiction kid, Joseph Moore, got a standing ovation for his
unbelievable
Fast and the Furious.
The fucking crowd just stood and applauded. It was fantastic.
He turned around to Will and I, and he's like, going, "They're standing up," and we're like, "Enjoy this. This is rare." And he's like, "You don't understand. I got booed off at the Classic in New Zealand a week ago." So talk about swings and roundabouts.
I mean, clearly they're not nice in New Zealand because he's a nice kid.
I'm going there in 2 weeks.
They boo. 97% of acts get booed off stage in New Zealand.
Is that right?
97%.
That's a high number. Do you think I'm going to be in the 3% that don't?
No.
No. I'm going to come right out to a boo.
No, absolutely not.
In fact, I might just put boo on my shirt.
Yeah.
And then just have them just boo. Like, ladies and gentlemen, like let's just start. Let's not wait for me. Just bring it right up. Boo.
Or it could just be a whole audience full of Justin's dads that when you just walk out, they go, no.
Are you going to be at the New Zealand Festival?
No.
Have you been before?
I haven't been to the festival, but I've performed in New Zealand.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
I've been performing for 18 years. So started back in '94 in a duo called the Bunter Boys, which was, musical, jangle, jangle, jangle. Started off with song parodies and then worked way through to originals. Did that for about 5 years and then went the stand-up route and discovered how good is it when you don't have to get a DI and another mic stand. And another mic.
Yeah.
And you get all the money.
Yes, better.
All the money helps.
Better.
quite
Wait a
bit.
minute, this is awesome.
I don't know how anybody can survive in a comedy team like that.
Yeah.
That's splitting that cash is
Hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
So were you ever like, were you like one of this guy's a young hot comic in
No, I don't think
Australia?
so. No, because I'm originally from Adelaide, which is the murder capital of the Southern Hemisphere, and
What?
it's we've had a lot of weird murders there in the past. Stephen King and Salman Rushdie came out for Writers' Week a few years ago, and Salman Rushdie said it was the most evil city he'd ever been in.
What?
And Stephen King said if he was ever going to place a story outside of Bangor, Maine, Adelaide would be perfect.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah, some crazy shit goes on there.
Why?
You know what? It's a beautiful city. There's some good people there, but it's a city with a small town mentality.
Yeah.
And that lends itself to we don't like your type here. That kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah. And, I love Adelaide a lot, but it's so it kind of worked for me in a sense because I got to develop outside of the spotlight. But then that meant there was never any moment where it's like we've got to see this cat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I've been. If my career was like a movie career, I'd almost be, the guy respected in indie movies, who, if he's in a mainstream film, gets to be the guy who, is on the computer while everyone else does the exciting things. They turn to him and you get one line, "G'day." Everyone, turns on.
Kevin Corrigan.
Kevin Corrigan. Yeah, he's good.
So are
Say
you
Kevin
happy
Corrigan.
with your...
Say Kevin Corrigan to me again, and then I'll give you, and I will do what I did, which was just really add some flavor to it. Go ahead.
Kevin Corrigan.
Yeah, he's good. Today I got my fucking chops, dude. I got my fucking chops.
No, I mean,
you said
that
Kevin
was-
Corrigan. He was an actor that barely anyone knows, really. And then I followed up with didn't have an example of or anything like that. Didn't give you didn't help your point any, but just simply said, yeah, he's good.
I mean,
I'm your partner.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't have to do anything because today you're beating the shit out of yourself. So I just get to sit here and watch you kill yourself. How do you feel about your career now?
I feel good about it now. 18 months ago, I was struggling. I was starting to get a little bit like, what the fuck am I doing? Do you know what I mean? It's like been around
What do
for
you
a
mean?
long time.
Like just doing comedy in general?
Yeah, just kind of not really feeling the creative vibe of it. I kind of got into comedy because there was no rules and people didn't give it respect, so therefore you could do whatever you wanted to do. And I feel like in the last 10 years, especially in Australia, most stand-up comedians are auditioning for TV shows that don't exist.
Yes, you mean they're constantly trying to put something. Yes.
Yeah, and in this country, to be really successful, Will is Will Anderson's a phenomenal stand-up, and he has somehow, and I'm not quite certain how he's done it, but he has maintained indie credibility and been really popular. And
we noticed that.
He's the best comic in the country.
Yeah.
He's world class,
Yeah.
But there's some of his contemporaries who, once upon a time, I reckon it was an argument, he's left them behind because they're doing TV, they're doing radio.
Husey, we're talking about Husey now.
Well, I love Husey, but you're doing 5 days of radio a week, you're doing 6 days of TV.
Yeah, there's no room to do good stand-up.
And what do radio and TV want you to be? They want you to be good company.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. And it's different, and we talked about this yesterday. And it's different than a podcast, which you can sort of get like your stand-up. You can create whatever you want, but but as soon as you work for anybody else, and you don't, that's the one great thing about stand-up. You work for no one. I mean, the club can say we don't want you to do this and this, and then you go, well, fuck you, I'm not going to work here.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you get to decide how it's going to go. And if you stay on that course and you can stay integrity-based, you really can do something that is interesting and then maybe make some choices about film and television down the line. But yeah, if you are hosting, it's hard. The hosting thing is nice. It's a paycheck. It's TV. It's a little bit of fame. Maybe your ticket sales go up, but it doesn't do much for your art.
No, exactly. And sometimes you don't get the audience that your stand-up wants. Do you know what I mean? You do these high-profile things, and then suddenly people turn up. You've been good company, being politically correct on a TV show, and then they turn up and you go, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah.
Everyone goes, whoa! he's swearing.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out.
So you've been blessed enough not to get a good gig like that.
It has actually worked out quite well for me. I've had tastes of it, and I've always felt really bad at the end of it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like I was doing a bit of commercial radio, and like the only thing that commercial radio did for me was put me in a position that I had a good friend of mine who died suddenly, and a couple of days, you know, when you go through the different stages. On the day that I was really angry about it, I went in to see The Dark Knight at Gold Class, you know, like the only 15 seats kind of thing. I was the only person there, and I dropped $700 on bottles of Moe, sitting there eating, watching The Dark Knight in this room by myself. Came out, this was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Everyone clapped me that worked there. Hey, I've written a big tip and whatnot. That's the only thing commercial radio did that I took something good out of, that I could just blow some coin like that. But otherwise,
that's like a movie. Like, I know you were in a movie, but that's like you're in a movie theater, but that's like a movie, like that's what you see in a film.
Yeah.
Guy has a close friend die, and then he just fucking goes in and blows it out for a fucking afternoon, and then comes out drunk in the daytime, and it's like, I didn't do anything.
But I like how your story. I like how your story is like. A lot of people are like, you know, I did commercial radio, and while I didn't like it, it allowed me to buy a home, and I put my kids through high school. His whole thing is like, I fucking did commercial radio, and then I went to a fucking movie, and I drank some champs, bro. And I blew that motherfucker out. I threw some money around. I got applause leaving. I knew what it was like to live high, and I was like, I'm done with that.
Have you ever gotten applause leaving? Have you ever gotten applause leaving a movie theater?
I have not.
Yeah, well,
absolutely have not.
Welcome to the big time, motherfucker.
I don't want to talk it up, but it's a highlight of my life.
We don't even have champagne movie theaters, dude. We don't even do. We can't. You couldn't do that where we are, can you?
No, the ArcLight has one theater where you can drink in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's top shelf. I don't know if you could spend $700. I mean, that's just. Were you just drinking them and dropping the bottles on the ground?
With a bending straw.
Did you get a print of the film when you were done? Like, that seems like
I got an executive producer credit.
You got a credit. That's amazing.
You check closely.
Oh fuck, that's maybe the best Dark Knight viewing ever.
Yeah, radio's tough, and it's although it's still very big here in your country, in our country.
Yeah.
It's just it's like so many mediums that are just sort of flailing, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Well, it's just not interesting. And I just hated you have to take a side. Oh, I believe this. I actually believe that as well.
That was the worst thing.
Yeah, Dave and I had and we won't cover it too much because we've done it. But Dave and I were in internet radio, which their idea was it was interesting because it was podcasting, but they didn't do that. What they were trying to do is sort of
they wanted live.
AAA us into real radio. So they would like create all these shows on the internet and then sell them. That was their idea to terrestrial radio. And so we went through all this stuff of being coached to be incendiary and fucking fight with each other, and it did fuck up our friendship a little bit. And it because we got coached to be, you can't just talk about stuff. And I was like, no, you're wrong. We'll find out many years from now, as Dave and I are podcasting, that we can agree about things and then, or both not agree about something.
Yeah.
But like they're wrong. They're really wrong about their ideas and their formats, that kind of stuff. And they may and then everyone sounds the same.
Yeah.
And everyone's shouting, and you're saying incendiary shit that you don't believe.
Yeah.
You're picking a side you don't want, and you walk out feeling disgusting.
Yeah.
And you have to do it for 3 hours.
And it's in the morning.
And you do it in 3-minute grabs. So you can't, like, as soon as you have an idea that builds off that idea, you can't build off it because you need to get to the Kings of Leon and some advertising.
Yeah.
You know?
So how long did you have this gig?
I did it for a couple of years doing weekend commercial radio.
Nice.
Yeah, that's when you really want to do it. Weekend.
Yeah.
You want to finish a gig at 1:30, you have to be up at 5:30 and think, I don't have a wife or kids, I'll just stay all the way through and just be really surly at the end of it.
And so that ended.
Yeah. And my career, to be honest, kind of hit a bit of a wall where it was like, well, where do you go next? And so
because you've done okay here in town, right? Like people know you and they know you at the festival, and you're like one of the big comics around. Yeah.
Like I'm not as big as the things that people say about me, which is quite nice. That's it's like he's one of the festival favorites. It's like, really?
My wallet disagrees.
My ticket sales will argue that point vehemently.
Like the festival, as an example, never puts me on any of their galas, which like they do 2 galas a year. They all say nice things to me, but they never put me on. And it's not an ego thing. If you do the gala, a few thousand people see you, it's advertising.
Yes,
And so they'll
it
talk
helps.
about, you're one of our favourites. And it's like, you can't find 3 minutes for me to get up and make some ha-ha? And then I just started realising, I think most of my bad self-esteem is locked into the festival. So that's why this year's show, I'm just kind of creating my own mythology and writing myself out of the festival and just do my own things on the outsides of it.
Well, Dave and I have a similar thing in the States. We have a similar thing with our podcast. There are podcast networks, which we're not against during those things, but there's a certain point in life where you go, look, the doors that I want to have open for me, they're just not fucking opening. I mean, it's different for me here. I've like I said, I've come here and had a really nice time because I have no story, no history here, nothing I'm fighting against.
Yeah.
And I've been doing stand-up for almost 25 years, and so I can come here and be okay, and people can like it, and I'm different. I'm a different sound than, you know what I mean? But in the States, and you realize, and it should always be like this, because you look at the guys like you look at my heroes, guys like Jack White, who never fucking played the game the way the game was supposed to be played.
Yeah.
And you realize, no, you really have to make your own thing to really be special. And you have to go, yes, those people are working at this club, but that's not the club you are going to work at. Yes, they're putting people on that show. That's not going to be the show they're putting you on.
Yeah.
So you have to, life is asking you to go another direction. And it's hard.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like, well, he got that and now he's doing this. And how come I don't get that? There's the straw dog.
Yeah.
And in my mind, they're saying, we don't like Greg Barrett. The fact of the matter is they're just not thinking about him. They're thinking about other things. And
you should never be angry about not having a job that you don't want.
No,
either,
a lot of times.
Which happens sometimes.
God, does that happen?
Yes.
That's just fucking, you just want to be asked so you can say no. Well, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's true. Right, exactly. Or watch, but because I think part of it is you just see success and you want success in some level, and you're sort of coveting the fact that like they're on the fucking being written about in the entertainment section of the Huffington Post, and everybody reads the Huffington Post, and how come I'm not there? And then something like that. Here's what's also interesting. Then one day you are written about in the Huffington Post, and you could give a shit for $1. It's meaningless. Like to you, it's like, well, that's just stupid. Like it doesn't. It's just you covet these things because you think somebody's doing well, as opposed to like the thing that you have to constantly do is just be working. Yeah. Always be working. Always be trying to do something. But I am sensing this thing about the festival where I've only been here twice, and I went to Edinburgh once. But I am since I've been here last, there does seem to be this suddenly like, I got to work outside the festival. You know what I mean? Like because everything's changing now.
Yeah.
You know, comedy clubs in the United States are sort of at a point where they're like, people are like, I don't know if I need to go be 4 days in a room. I mean, maybe for money, but maybe I just go to festivals and then stay home and get a writing job and then put shit on the internet. Like, there's not one way to have a comedy career anymore. And I think the festival being sort of the European and Australian model of how to be a stand-up, maybe that changes somehow.
Yeah. Well, how, like, you know, you guys with the podcast, your fans, I've got to tell you, like, you probably know how good your fans are, but what you might not know is that people that came to the Shelf on Monday night, who I was meeting for the first time, for the last week, I've seen your fans at my show, 4 to 8 of them every night sitting in the front. They're into it. They are completely into it, and it's because your endorsement, Dave, of being on the show, then, and you know, because a podcast is passion. Do you know what I mean? It's you're into it, and so the people who listen to it, the people who connect, they're into it as well, and it hasn't been forced upon them. So then they take whatever you say, and they're like, well, I'll trust those guys, and then they're coming along, and then you're talking to them. They're all lovely. Like it's been phenomenal seeing the experience here.
So
they're good fucking. I mean, I'm just gonna follow up with that really quick. They're good fucking people, and the nice thing about them is, you're right. Like we'll just have a guest on, like Kyle Kinane.
Yeah,
and then Kyle will be somewhere in the United States, and 5 of them will organize a party. I'll see it in our social network, and go out and see him, and wear their walking the room T-shirts, and go up and shake his hand, and tell him how much they love him, and tell him that they heard him on the show. Like they really are. I don't. And the weird thing is, Dave and I have no idea how we fucking got him. Part of down here definitely has to do with Tofop, you know, gratefully, but it is nice that there are people that like comedy, and they like it across the board. They're not alternative. They're not comedy nerds. They're like, if you guys like it, we'll check it out. You know what I mean? Because we like, you know, we're old, so we like a bit of everything. I like guys that are fucking old mainstreamy guys. Like I like all of it.
I just like Gaelic comedians.
Is that it? So give me 4. Give me 1.
Shawnee
Siobhan
McMillan.
Oh yeah, I love him.
Very good.
Paddy Papadiman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
He's edgy.
Seamus.
Oh yeah.
Just one name.
Just Seamus.
That's how popular he is.
I have his
Just
DVD
Seamus.
Seamus on You.
Yeah. And O'Reilly Riley.
Oh, that is old school.
Yeah, that guy's great.
Yeah.
Did you? So are you? Do you feel you've made this decision?
Yeah.
You actually haven't done it because you're still at the festival.
Yeah.
Do you feel like happier about it?
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, it's interesting. People have been saying, "Oh, are you going to stop doing solo shows at the festival because you're burned out?" And so it's actually the opposite. I'm actually feeling inspired. So now is the time to go and do other things. You know, so I'll keep doing stand up and that. But writing a festival show takes like 6 months. You know, it's so long.
And I think it's important because like I just watch all these people chasing the fucking ghost here.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to realize you're banging your head against a wall and it's not working. Like the festival can work great. It worked great for Will.
Yeah.
It's worked great for like Arj. It's worked great for some people.
Yeah.
But if it's not working, it's not working.
Yeah.
And then you should do something else instead of keep banging your fucking head against the wall.
We saw David O'Doherty the other night. Like that's a festival show.
Yeah.
That's a festival guy.
Yeah.
Like David O'Doherty, like the music and the way he does things, the way he walks from bit to bit, the way he takes his time, like that's not a comedy club bit.
Yeah.
Now maybe he could do his own theaters without the, whatever. But that is something that's been grown through. It appears to me, and I'm guessing that it was that thing has been grown through the festival system. So he's perfect for that, and that's what's cool about him. So there's that element, but like to come down here and to have a whole hour I'm done. Like the stuff I've done this year, that's done.
Yeah.
So now I'm like. And I want to come back, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't write that fast.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really came this year because I was like, can we do our podcast? And they were like, yeah, you can do your podcast. I'm like, okay, I'll go do it. And then I wrote a show on the tail end of that, which is really just kind of imagining my stand-up as a show.
Yeah.
And coming down here because I wanted to do the thing that we did. I mean, nobody wants to take Dave somewhere, but you think you do.
And I think it's great that it's your last year at the festival and you just got out this message, your message, which is just white power. We'll be right back.
Wait, no, that's not what he said at all.
We're back with Justin Hamilton, Greg Barrett,
on the Walking the Room Radio Network.
Dave Anthony.
We're going to throw to a couple of commercials and then we'll be right back. Let's just throw to commercial. Like, let's do 1 minute segments and throw to commercials.
You should have told me.
All right. Thank you.
What do you got?
We'll be right back.
What?
Right after this.
throw to a commercial. You're a pro.
I will be up after this. We'll be talking to Greg and Dave about what it's like to be in Australia from an American point of view. Here's the Kings of Leon we're kind of a little bit cunty.
Wow, I didn't know you could say cunty on Australian radio. I think that's great.
It's that's the one good thing about it.
You can't say it in the States.
No.
You can't even use the word in the States.
Can you use it on stage?
You can, but it's really ugly in the States.
It's pretty hard. The other day I was doing my set, and was that here? No,
I don't know.
It was before I left. Oh, it was at the Improv, and I do a bit about my wife giving birth, and I say I'm up top, coaching her along, and I usually say vagina, and I just said cunt.
Right.
And it was like an 8 p.m. show at the Improv, and it was just they were not down with that.
Did you come back from it?
Barely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was not.
But you were
it
dancing.
Changed the set. It was I was killing, and then it was like, you said
right.
cunt.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't know why I said it. It would just fucking...
Okay.
I do. Self-sabotage. You said you had some clown story. What? I like you. I'm pulling for you. Always. Anyway. Clowns. Why you gotta stare at me like that when you know there's just so much love?
Tell some clown stories.
I've got some clown stories for you. Did you have the fear of clowns when you were growing up? You didn't have the fear of clowns, did you?
No.
A little bit. A little bit.
Really?
Well, my grandma lived by. There's an amusement park exactly like Luna Park out in San Francisco that was out at the water, and it had that same fucking terrifying. There was an old lady clown.
Yeah.
And she was just a fucking nightmare, and she was all broken and shit, and she would laugh. So yeah, I had a little bit of like clowns.
Yeah.
I never thought they were awesome.
No.
I never thought they were funny. And I never thought that they were great. They did seem a little bit like, hey, come here, I'll finger you.
Yeah, in a funny place.
Yeah, I never liked clowns.
Yeah.
Growing up.
The
I kind of love them now, though.
yeah, I got over the fear, but I had the fear when I was young. I had to deal with it.
the fear.
I did.
There's a clown somewhere listening to this. He's so sad.
Yeah.
that kids have to get.
Oh,
over
I don't
the
think
fear
so.
of
I think there's a
Make
clown
up.
listening. I think there's probably a couple of clowns listening to this jerking off, and a couple of them going, "Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. You be afraid of me, bitch, when I bring my clown shit."
I had a friend who went around taking pictures of birthday clowns.
Yeah.
When they weren't working, so they would be like doing the gig, and then he just got pictures of them just fucking hanging out, smoking, like looking like just really upset.
I do like the aesthetic,
great.
and I love the colors. I love the. I mean, I love the palette of clowns, and I really
Jesus
like that.
fucking Christ.
I love.
It's
I love
all the colors, you asshole.
No, it's not.
You
It's
just said- you
no,
just-
It's mostly primary.
but
it's mostly the primary colors.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
But it's not all the colors. No,
Those
no,
are.
but it's- but
the
it doesn't-
primary colors are all the fucking colors.
But no, but I mean, first off,
you just said I like all of the colors, basically.
It's color blocking, and it is not all of the colors. They don't use a lot. I'm gonna fucking destroy you. I'm gonna destroy you. Plus, I
this
also
the one
like
that ends in a
I
fist
like
fight?
circles, squares, and stars.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Jesus
fucking
Christ,
destroy you.
yes.
Stripes, I like. I'm fucking murdering.
Stripes I like. That just came out of your fucking mouth. You just said stripes I like.
I will murder you.
Checkers?
I love them.
Oh my God,
I
checkers.
love checkers.
It's like they're one and then the other and then the other and then the other and then down and up and so fuck. Checkers.
The best.
Oh my God, you know what I'm gonna get you for your birthday?
I read poker.
Circles.
Oh my God. It's coming up, bro, and I want some circles. That's my next guitar. I want one that's just fucking red with white circles.
Yeah.
Polka dots. I
Fuck
love.
yeah, polka dots.
I love it, you ass clown. I do love it.
Oh, I fucking love I love anything that's
Primary
simple.
colors.
Good. It's really good.
Not as many pastels.
No.
But that would be cool, though.
What about stripes
I like
and checkers?
colors. I like all of it. I like shapes. I like things that are shiny and things that are not.
Do you like taffeta?
I do like taffeta.
Taffeta's good.
I do.
Yeah.
There are people with brain
I like
damage
crinoline,
shaking
too.
their heads right now. Listen to this. She's like, Jesus, this guy's just fucking ridiculous.
I know that. I know that. This is weeding out some people, and that's okay. We're getting rid of some listeners right now, and it's all right.
You don't want to get too big.
No,
That's
we
when it all
don't.
falls down.
You don't. I mean, you do. This is the one. No, we're not going to talk about that anymore. Tell me about clowns.
Clouds.
So when I started off in this comedy duo with the Jingle Jangle, 6 months into
What was the
our
name of you guys again?
Bunta Boys, which is Bunta, which was a South Australian Aboriginal word for crazy. The Crazy Boys.
Oh, man.
Good name, right?
Did you have big hair?
No, but I had big glasses because it was 94.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought they were small at the time, but when you look back,
Oh, right. Yeah,
I don't
they
know
were
how I
huge.
lifted my head.
Yeah. Very large.
But there was a band from South Australia called the Clowns of Decadence, which were this punk rock clown carny band.
Greg,
love it.
Greg's, yeah.
I'll be
Greg's in
fucking.
heaven
I'm going
right
to Google
now.
the
Yeah.
shit out of that
Yeah,
afterwards.
you are.
Yeah.
They were great. And then one of them saw us 6 months into us doing our, song parodies and said, "Do you want to tour with us?" And because we were young, we went, yes, this is exactly what we want to do.
Yeah.
So we go on tour with
Who
these
doesn't
clowns.
want to open up for punk clown band?
I know. So then, they'd introduce us and we'd come out and do our great song parodies like, "Open up your thighs, then you realise you cannot survive everlasting thrush." And somehow,
That just happened.
It did.
That just happened.
It came out of my face.
Your fucking
Fucking
heart.
hell.
God damn it. That
Holy
was shit. Oh my God. That's almost like pull your trousers down, 'cause I'm blowing you.
Yeah.
Strawberry. What?
I'm sitting on a cock 'cause I'm gay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
God.
classics.
Yeah, what the worst thing is that 5 years that went after we were finishing up and we were doing our, last shows,
Yeah.
and we were finishing with all these originals, I had way too many people say to me in their human voices, "You never did a song better than Everlasting Thrush," and that hurts you in your soul. That hurts you in your
it
soul.
does. Yes, it does.
But we'd go and do the gigs with them. We'd be hanging out with them afterwards and that. But anyway, one night after one of the shows,
But did the crowd like you guys?
somehow the majority of gigs went really well.
Oh, that's
and there was
pretty
only a
cool.
couple that went bad, but the majority of them went well, and only through sheer stupidity that we didn't realise that we shouldn't go well.
And then did those guys come out and do original punk rock songs dressed
Yeah.
as clowns?
Yeah.
And were they pretty as a punk band? How were they?
They were great.
They were great.
Yeah, they were really
Clowns
they-
of Decadence.
Yeah, they're exciting.
That's what I like about Australia. They got some fucked up
got
shit
some
here.
really crazy
Puta
shit.
Madre Brothers.
Yeah.
The Puta Madre Brothers have a surf band called Johnny Johnny and the Johnny Johnnies.
Sure they do.
Fucking goddamn it! This is a good country.
So after one of the gigs, we're in Adelaide and we're near this gay bar called the Mars Bar. So we all go down there for a drink. We're hanging out, having a bit of a dance.
That's the most unappealing name for a gay
really
bar.
is.
Without a
Mars
doubt.
Bar. Yeah.
Mars bar.
It really kind of lets you know exactly what's happening. You know, that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
You can't work.
Not as much as the San Francisco bar, the White Swallow.
Jesus shit.
The White fucking Swallow, and it just had a big. And I used to.
There was also
and my joke was
also the jackhammer.
There's the jackhammer and the end up. There's also the end up.
Yeah.
I used to say about the White Swallow, I go, here's the thing, guys, gays, you don't have to stereotype yourself, all right? Not all gays like birds. See, what happened in that joke, Dave, is that I mislead the audience to think that I'm talking about swallowing cum.
Could you finish?
But what I'm saying is that the stereotype is that gays like birds, like a swallow.
Maybe if you finished every joke by making like a square in the air, or a circle.
Yeah, I love circles.
Or a stripe. Like
like
just make a stripe with your hand.
Oh my god, I could do
stuff,
that.
really good
What if I
stuff.
made like two stripes and made a plus?
Yeah. And then just pick up a gun and shoot yourself in the head.
That's a hell of a closer. don't start the set with that.
Okay, so
So we're at this gay bar, we're having a dance and that, and I've never been really hit on by gay men. You know,
you were having a dance in that, so you were about to be.
Yeah, well, so I get this old guy who decides he's going to have a dance with me, and I'm like, hey, yeah, that's cool, I'm comfortable with
Is
it.
he like a mustached?
No, just old.
Okay.
Yeah, so his
How
hands
old?
Probably early 50s.
Early 50s.
Mid 50s.
But what's his uniform? What's his
It's pants like slacks, with the lines
Pleats?
down the
Creases, yep.
Shirt tucked in tight with a t-shirt underneath it, a haircut that was probably groovy in 84.
Sure.
So sleeves rolled up, tan shoes, that kind of thing.
Sure.
So he comes up and he's dancing, he puts his hands on me, I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm happy for the attention, but no, it's all right. And then he keeps trying to grab me, and then he actually grabs me and pulls me in and tries to plant a kiss on me. And as this is about to happen, one of the guys from the band, whose makeup was teeth underneath his lips and then making a big mouth, taps him on the shoulder, and this guy turns around in the middle of this disco floor with this kind of David Lynch look, just looks at him, holds up one finger and waves at him and says, "You're not interested in the boy." And that guy fucked off. Oh my God. And at that point I lost my fear. It was like, oh my God, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
I want that clown to follow me around.
Oh, I love that
He's just
clown.
everywhere you go, he's just behind you. Anything happens, he just steps up and no, he's not going to pay that amount. He's gonna.
All he has to do every time is "You're not interested in the boy."
Yeah,
that's fucking.
That's all he says to anybody.
You're not interested in the boy.
So like, you go to buy a car, and you're discussing how much the car.
That is the name of your next show. You're not interested. You're not interested in the boy. Yeah, that's amazing. What's that clown band called again?
Clowns of Decadence.
Yeah, okay, Clowns of Decadence.
Okay, so
but the other clown experience I've had is about a decade ago. Was at a party here at the Melbourne Comedy Festival, and my mate Mickey D and I decided we'd have some acid to make the party really exciting, because as you do,
it's just a good call.
As you do. And this guy's come up to us and said, "Be careful, you should only have a little bit because this is really strong."
Fuck, I did that once.
Yeah, you know what? We were like, we're from Adelaide, drug capital of the Southern Hemisphere, motherfucker.
That's a bad.
I like that. I like that where you're from made nullify what they said. This is really strong. I'm from Adelaide.
I'm from Adelaide.
It doesn't matter.
What are you talking
You
about?
only take 1 tablespoon of cop syrup. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm from Adelaide. I'm gonna drink the fucking bottle.
I'm gonna gargle
and then I'll see you in the hospital.
Yeah. And I did. So we bought a full one each and we popped it, and it just ended up being the strongest shit I've ever had, right?
There.
Like flinching at shadows.
Yep.
We went to the casino and I won $860 at the casino playing roulette.
Acid.
Everyone tapping me going, "That's yours." And I'm like, "Oh, all right, everything is good."
Acid.
It was great. But
amazing.
about 6 a.m. in the morning, we're walking home and we decided to chill out. So we're sitting in the parklands, and I see in the distance these 2 clowns appear. And I'm watching this act. This is a true story. I'm watching this act, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, the circus must be in town. Clowns are getting up and doing an early morning rehearsal. That's pretty cool." So I'm sitting there, and Mickey's not saying anything to me. So I'm thinking, "Oh, I'm probably hallucinating. I won't say anything. I don't want him to think I'm more fucked up than him."
Yeah.
And then after about 10 minutes, he leans over and goes, "Can you see those clowns?" Yeah. So we're watching the clowns. They're jumping on each other, rolling around, bending over and pushing, and it's great, right? And at the end of it, they stand up and we stand up and we're there going, oh, that was awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Like, that was just an amazing thing to see. And the clowns start walking over to us. And Mickey and I look at each other and we're like, oh my God, we're going to meet the clowns. But when they get half the distance from where they were to where we were, we realised they weren't two clowns. They were two gay male skinheads who had quite clearly been fucking in the parkland. And they finished, and we've drawn attention to ourselves. They've turned around and see these two white boys going, and so,
Whoa!
they chased us.
Whoa! Oh my God! If that, see, you're not interested in the boy. That is your show.
That sums up clowns.
Oh my God!
Because they look like they're clowns, but they're actually dudes fucking and angry guys fucking.
Yeah, and then they will fucking beat you
they'll
and
kill
injure
you.
your life if you make fun of them.
Carl Lewis was the third fastest man that night.
Oh my God, that's amazing! Like they.
So they chased you?
Yeah, we ended up running into like a place where there was a security guard, and the security guards come out, and he's like, "What are you guys doing? You can't come in here." And we're like crying because we're in. Yeah, we were scared, and then we turned around. There's 4 of them because there must have been 2 other guys going for gold in the grass, and he's called other security, and they've gotten rid of them. We're standing there, kind of jigging, diggy diggy, because we're still off our heads.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's such a good story. My worst acid story is that I took acid to see King Crimson, and it didn't work, and I had to listen to King Crimson. It was a fucking nightmare. I had to sit at a King Crimson concert, pretend like it was awesome, and it was fucking horrible. I was never getting high.
Is that Adrian Blues band?
Yeah.
Yeah. Worked with Bowie.
And right. And yet I'd seen him with Bowie. Bowie had just toured, and then he was now back in King Crimson. And I enjoyed him when he was with Bowie because there were songs. And then, right? And there was, he did his elephant shit, but then there were songs, and then this was just fucking, literally just should have been guys taking, I'd rather have seen those clowns jerk off than to say,
they were
sober.
not jerking off.
They were
fucking each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
They
I'm
were
saying,
clowns. They weren't clowns, but they were clowns fucking each other who
I
were
love
not
that you
clowns.
both saw 2 guys, thought they were clowns, thought they were doing a thing, and then realized they were fucking. That is just amazing. And then that you were so happy at what they'd done for you.
That you applauded.
You applauded them, and they were like, "You think that's
And-
funny? You think that's funny?
Yeah.
Us making love in the park? Well, kinda. We're gonna." And they were skinheads too.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Well,
so
weren't
many
they
levels.
making love? They were fucking. They weren't making love.
There was no
Like,
cuddling.
there was not a cuddle situation. That's not like, baby, I love you. I want to take you right here because I just can't wait till we get home. That was like, hey, I don't want you to
But
come
how
to my
great
place.
that
I
you
want
both
to fuck you in the-
hallucinated-
I want to fuck you in the dirt.
But before we do that, can we juggle?
Yeah.
Like, you did some clown shit. You want to do like some cartwheels? and shit?
Hey, you want to ride? You want to ride over to the park on our tiny bike and fuck?
Do you have any lube? No, but I've got this confetti.
My flower squirts. It's kind of lubey.
My flower squirts. My favorite part at the end is when the flower squirted. Right into the guy's face. It is surprised
That's
the
a clown
shit out of him.
facial.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's a clown facial.
Oh, a clown facial.
Yeah, they squirt right
That's
in your face.
That's such a good story.
Oh, that's one of the best stories we've ever had on this podcast. Nay, the world. That's it.
And that's how we end it.
Yeah.
Go to
Thank you for being our guest. You were fantastic.
yeah, you were really great. And go to the store.
We're gonna have
Buy
this will go up in a couple weeks. So
we'll still have t-shirts.
We have t-shirts for sale at our Walking the Room, the Shopify page. But you can get there from walkingtheroom.com.
Yeah.
We still have two live podcasts. There should be 3 now. 3 live podcasts for sale.
3 live podcasts for sale, and also keep writing those iTunes reviews, and also go and write iTunes reviews for Tofop.
Yes.
And listen to Justin's podcast, which is called
Can you take this photo, please?
"Can Take This Photo, Please," because clearly he's hilarious.
And I was on. Have I been on it at this point? This is
You
2
will
weeks
have been
away.
on it, yeah.
And then we have the 100 coming up. When this goes up, it should be next week. So April 20th.
Yep.
The 100th episode. It's a live show. It's going to be 2 hours. It's going to be Patton Oswalt, Brian Posehn, Karen Kilgariff, Paul
Gil
Gilmartin.
Martin, yeah.
And then on May 2nd...
We're not actually on it.
We're not on it. We're not
so
doing
it's
it.
going to be fucking really
No,
good.
it's just because
it'll probably be the best thing we've ever
me and
done.
you are going to be dressed up like clowns fucking in the out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Can I show you my clown flower?
Yeah, that's whatever goes at that point. You know, I mean, once you're clowns fucking, then it's whatever goes. There's no rules.
No, there isn't.
And May 2nd in Seattle at the Chopsticks Club. That is
potentially we have a surprise.
Potentially we have a surprise guest.
A really good surprise.
A really
guest.
good
You won't
surprise guest.
expect.
No, you will not expect it because when I just heard that might be happening, I did not expect it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
So huge guest. And anything else?
Glitter done.
Glitter done.